Alright, we're looking at our next page of problems. We're still solving. I'm going to let you guys know this is the first video that I'm making at home instead of at school, so I am writing on my laptop instead of on the board, and therefore it might not be as great at writing. So bear with me. I'm going to try and fit everything in. I might kind of make it a little bigger and scroll more so that I don't have to try and write as small. Okay. So we're pretty much doing the same thing. First we want to find our LCD, right? So I have this x plus 3. And x plus 3 cannot be broken down. It's a linear factor. It has no greatest common factor, right? So it's not quadratic, and there's no GCF. Then we have our 6. This is not the best. Sorry, I'm going to use this stylus. 2 times 3. I guess I left a space there, but not enough. So we'll put the 3 over here because it doesn't line up with anything. And then we have our 18. And 18 is 2 times 3 times 3. So then to get our LCD, we have a 2, an x plus 3, a 3, and another 3. I'm going to put all the numbers at front. So 2 times 3 times 3 and x plus 3. Okay. So our first fraction is 4 over x plus 3. And we're missing a 2 and a 3 and another 3, right? So we are left with 4 times 2 is 8, times 3 is 24, times 3 is 72, I believe. Okay, so for our next fraction, we have 5 over 6. And we are missing this x plus 3. So right, so that's an x plus 3. And this other 3, right? So 5 times 3, I'm going to do this 5 times 3 for, or 5 times x is 5x, 5 times 3 is 15, 5x times 3 is 15x. And then 15 times 3 is 45. Because of my bad stylus, I'm just going to start writing LCD. Okay, so it's over this least common denominator, right? It's the same thing as here. I'm just going to try and do as little as possible with this bad situation. Okay, so then we have 23 over 18. And we're just missing this x plus 3, right, from right here. So 23 times x is 23x. And 23 times 3 is 69. Over the LCD. Now, since all of these are over the LCD, I can just set them all up. So we have the first plus the second equals the third. I'm going to combine my like terms, so I'm going to combine the 72 and the 45. And I get plus 117. That's not right. I wrote way too many things. Yeah, I think I'm getting better. I think I figured out how to use this stylus better, so let's hope. Okay. Now this is just a general problem where we're going to solve for x. So I'm going to, since there's an x on both sides, I need to get rid of one of those. So I'm going to get rid of the 15x. I tend to get rid of the one that's smaller. It really doesn't matter. I just don't like negatives. So now I have 117 equals, this is working nicely, guys. Yes, a little more. I have so much more room left. Okay. So now I'm going to subtract 69. $117 minus 69 is, I believe that's 48. Yeah. Oops. Divide by 8. So x equals 6. Okay. Go back up here. If I plug 6 into here, well, 6 plus 3 is 9. That's not 0. 6 is 6. That's not 0. 18 is 18. That's not 0. So this is good. This makes none of our answers 0, so that answer does work. All right. let's look at f. Same idea, right? So I'm going to start with my first fraction, which is x plus 5. My dog. Sorry about the collars jangling in the background. Equals x plus 5. Okay. Then we have our x squared plus 8x plus 15. Which, if I'm looking for two numbers that add to 15, sorry, wrong, add to 8, multiply to 15, that's going to be x plus 5 and x plus 3. X plus 3, which is just this x plus 3, right? Can't do anything with it. Oh, come on. So now for our LCD, we have x plus 5s and x plus 3s. So now fixing my fractions, I have 2x over x plus 5. And this is just missing this x plus 3 over here, right? So when I multiply that, well, 2x times x is 2x squared. And 2x times 3 is 6x. My next one is x squared minus x minus 10 over x plus 5, x plus 3. And if you look, it's missing nothing. It's fine. We don't have to fix it. And our last one is 3 over x plus 3. It's missing this x plus, right, sorry. It's missing this x plus 5 here. 3 times x is 3x plus 15 over the LCD. Alright, so now I'm going to take my three things, and I have the first minus the second equals the third. So I have the first one, 2x squared minus the second. Since it is a minus problem, I'm going to change it to a plus problem, and I'm going to change all of my signs. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do again is combine like terms. So 2x squared minus x squared is x squared. X plus x is 2x. And then we have plus 10. I'm going to make one quick change because I don't think this problem is working out correctly. So, one quick change. It's not going to change anything. Go ahead and make this minus 10 a minus 9. So we're going to change it there. It hasn't changed any of our work yet. And we're going to change it here. And then we're going to change it at the bottom too. Sorry, my dog is trying to sniff the screen really hard. Okay. Oh, yes. And then our last change is just this last one then. So then it's plus 9. Which equals equals 3x plus 15. Okay, now the thing we want to make a note of is this is a quadratic. So when it's a quadratic, we have to set it equal to 0 and factor. So we get x squared minus 1x then we have minus 6. Equals 0. I could make a 0. I don't know why it doesn't. What happened? Hold on. Let's try again. 0. Oh, look at that. Okay. So now I'm factoring this. I have x squared minus x minus 6. Right, that's just adding a negative 1. I don't know why sometimes it writes nicely. Adding a negative 1, multiplying a negative 6. That is negative 3 and 2. We have it. So x minus 3 equals 0. X plus 2 equals 0. So x equals 3 and x equals negative 2. Okay. So there are 2 more examples for you going over how to do these problems. The writing is difficult. I apologize. It actually doesn't look too bad this zoomed out. We do have to check our answers, right? X equals 3. Well, if I plug it into x plus 5, that's 8. Again, x plus 5 is 8. 3 plus 5 is 8. And 3 plus 3 is 6. None of those are 0. Same thing with this negative 2, right? Negative 2 plus 5 is 3. Negative 2 plus 3 is 1. None of those are 0. Okay. All right, and that is it. That's what we're going to do today, just more examples. And then tomorrow we're going to do more examples. I really just want us to practice this solving. The solving will help us with our adding and subtracting as well, so which is one thing some of us struggled with. And I know this is a little bit more difficult and a little bit longer of problems, okay? I hope you are enjoying your e-learning and having staying healthy, all that jazz. Go ahead, and then there is just a Delta Math activity to work on today.